Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm working on an INDESTRO Super 3239er, I think. It's a 1/2-inch drive. I think it's locked up. I think. Yep, it's locked up. But I don't think it's in bad shape. I like these. These have dust covers on them. Usually when you find these, you don't find with the dust covers. And I think I only bought this for like $1, $2. Yeah, damn. I wonder if I can tap that pin out. Let me put this in a vise and we see if we can push that pin out so we can take this apart. I don't know if there's a way to drive that out. I'm not going to find out. All I want is to get this loose down here because it's locked up. It won't budge. So these usually are very well made, unless there's a chunk of metal broke under there. Let me go in the vise. I'll be right back. Okay. What I'm going to do is knock that pin out so I can get that pawl out of there. I hope this is the way it comes out. I could be wrong. No, that didn't feel right. Sometimes you do things, you just I think I might break it. Didn't get it all the way out, but I want to make, because there's a ball bearing under there with a spring. There's the pin. Here, let me, here, we'll just move it. A lot of times people cut the camera and cut things out and you can't see, so I don't want that. Oh shit, that's gonna pop out. There's the ball bearing. And there's, ooh, that's a big screen too. Yeah, teeth doesn't look broke, that I can tell. Yep, that's what it was. It was just stuck because this is turning now. So, let's see what we got here. Before we go too far, let me clean this ball bearing up a little bit. Here, let's, maybe that'll help a little bit. I think the ball bearing was stuck too in one position. Got a little bit of rust cruddy there. I wonder, just out of curiosity. Little brass brush. Yeah, this is probably more than what most people will do. They'd probably pick up the ratchet and it wasn't working, so they'd just throw it right back down. I saw a potential. If anything, it's just for good use. Oh yeah, the ball bearing cleaned up good. Look at that. Just a little bit of crusties right there. Yeah, it's all right. put it on the magnet so I don't lose it. Put the spring on the magnet. There we go. I want to see how bad the paw is, if it's broke or if it's in bad shape. Oh, that's not bad at all. It's just dirty. Got a lot of dirt on it. Yeah, a lot of packed old grease. Grease and dirt. So this was heavily used by the looks of it. Yeah. Whoever had this wasn't. Oh, you know what? Almost forgot. There's a clip in there. Almost forgot that clip. I've only taken about 3 of these apart. Put that clip on the magnet. That's a chunk of steel right there. That's a heavy little piece of steel. Black stuff is on there, but it won't come off. Oh, you can see the wear marks. Hang on, let me get the Dremel. That's where it was stuck, where it was rusted right there. Alright. You can see the wear marks. It was stuck right there. It was rusted pretty heavily right there. Now look at the wear marks on this thing. Look at the teeth. Look how it's worn over time. You can see there's wear on this. Now, I don't think it'll affect, nah, it won't affect it. It'll still be usable, but this thing was heavily used. Whoever had this used it a lot. Yeah, they use this a lot. This pin, I'll show you here. I'm cleaning the grease and gunk out of the groove. Probably clean this with the Dremel tool real good. But that groove you see in this pin, that's what holds it in place. When you stick it in here, that's what the clip, the spring clip, holds it in place. Okay, let me well, clean this up with the Dremel tool, I guess, be the best way to do it. Get some of this grease off. Yeah, I'll polish this up with the Dremel, make it look good. Make sure there's no, well, I'm not worried about it. It's going to be okay. Even if there is some rough spots on it, it won't hurt anything. Let me finish cleaning these pieces off. I am not The same thing, I think this can be pressed out, but I have damaged one before, so I am not gonna pull it out. I have not had good luck trying to push that pin out, so I am not gonna do that. So I'm gonna finish cleaning it up with carpet cleaner, and then we'll go to the wire wheel. Okay, I'm gonna go over the wire wheel. This is an 8-inch wheel, Norton. And I'm explaining this because somebody asked a while back. This is a 6-inch bench grinder. I got an 8-inch wheel on it. I bought this by accident. At first, I didn't like the Norton wheel because it threw so many wires. I've been buying 6-inch wheels from Harbor Freight. They throw wire constantly. As soon as you turn the machine on, all the way through until it wears out. The thing, I don't dislike the Harbor Freight wire, the brass coated wire wheels, except they throw wire all the time. I've tried other ones, and the Harbor Freight works the best out of what I could find at the time. I bought this Norton by accident. I ordered it, I wanted a 6-inch, I got an 8-inch. After the first couple uses, it quit throwing wire. It doesn't throw I haven't had a wire in my clothes or hit my face shield in a while. So, I like the Norton. I will buy this again. I will buy the Norton wheel again. At first, I did not like it because it threw so many wires, but I think it was just the initial startup. That being said, this 8-inch is probably too big for this motor. I can actually press down and stop the motor. I probably need a 6-inch, but right now it works. It's not wore out, so I'm going to stick with the Norton brand. So those of you, and most everything anymore is made in China or Taiwan. If it's made in Taiwan, I prefer it over Chinese, just because the Taiwanese have a better quality control than Chinese do. But anyways, I just thought I'd explain that if somebody's going to ask me, this is Norton wheel. And I'm just going to go from this to the flapper wheel, and then to the gray. It's a gray wheel. It's it's a polish, a deburring wheel. And then I'll go from that to the 2000 grit wheel I got here, and then I'll go to the polishing wheel. And I'm not going to do a heavy polish. I'm only going to spend a few minutes on each wheel, but I'm not going to stop the video. I'll just fast forward all of it. That way you guys can see how I do this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now to try to put this thing together. And when I say try, it's kind of tricky. First of all, got to get the spring in the hole. Get it down in there. And you got to get this all in there. You got to get it all in there without, yeah, let me get some grease. I don't have enough grease laid out. Hang on. Okay. Got to get it all together without losing anything. So I'm going to put grease on the end of that spring in there. And then put a little grease on the hang on a second. Try to get this ball bearing to sit on top of that spring. Well, having difficulties here. One, I'm trying to show you guys. Then I put the clip on top of the paw, and I got to push that spring down and slide that in at the same time. Here's where you can lose the spring. Now, this is where I recommend, if you've never done this before, do this in a gallon Ziploc storage bag. You can see what you're doing when you put your hands inside the bag. It's a little blurry, but not bad, but you don't lose the ball bearing. So I've got to push down on the spring and the ball bearing. Oops, I just lost the ball bearing. I'm trying to figure out a way to show you guys without me. I really need to put this in a flat. Excuse me. There's the spring and the ball bearing. I'm going to compress it with the screwdriver, maybe. Hang on a second. I got to get where I can see pushing down that spring. I'm trying to hold the ball bearing on top and it's wanting to roll off. Hang on, let's see if I can do it this way. And show you guys without screwing up. It wants to slide. What I really need to do, hang on, let me get this tool behind me. I just made a tool out of a piece of metal. It works for my other. If I could slide the metal out without losing the ball bearing. Hang on. I'm trying to film this and It's hard to do by myself, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Ball bearing popped out. So all got to go about the same time. All has to go about the same time. Oh, I put my hammer up. See if I can get perfect. I got it in there. I hope you guys noticed that. See the ball bearing? Now I can drive this all the way home till it clicks. There. That little tool's made from 5/8 metal, 3 5/8 steel stud. I just cut a corner off of it. I don't know a lot about wood frame construction. I do know a little from years ago, but mostly all I do anymore is steel stud, fire rated construction. So now you flip it left and right, see? These are basic, what is this, 36 tooth? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, this is 36 tooth. So a little ratchet like, or I say little, this is a 1/2 inch ratchet. 1/2 inch ratchet like this can take a lot of torque. I meant this thing can take a lot of abuse. This is gonna be, it's not going to work, it's staying home with me. This is something I will use. This is a trash ratchet. I'll call it a trash ratchet. It's not trash technically, but when I work on pumps or anything water related, dirt, somewhere where I might work on a tractor or something like that, piece of big power equipment like a heister or a ditch witch or backhoe or something like that, if I have to, this will be used for that. Now, these are a little tricky to get on. I've always have difficulty. Start from the one side and bring it all the way around, just like that. I got grease all over everything after it's bent. You can see where someone bent, they used it as a hammer or something and bent it right here. So it's kind of flat. It's not gonna hurt anything. These are dust protectors is what they're for. They're supposed to help protect. Let's see if maybe I can bend that down just a little bit right there. That's better. Nothing fancy, ladies and gentlemen, nothing real And all you do, a lot of you guys probably haven't seen one of these, but to flip it left and right, you push on the paw itself. Like I showed you, it had a lot of wear on it, but it's still a very useful tool. There's nothing that you can't use this. Matter of fact, I'd recommend using this 1/2" ratchet on anything heavy duty. Oh, you know what? I need to oil this detent. Yeah, it's working just fine. There's nothing wrong. I just wanted to make sure I oiled it. .36 tooth. It'll take a lot of torque. It's got big teeth, big gear on it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Cheap. I think I got $1, maybe $2 in this thing. It's not the best tool in the world. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a good old used tool. It was rusted pretty good, cleaned up real nice. It does have wear and tear. I'm throwing a coat of wax. If anybody asks, this is all I use. This is the only wax I use. I meant for a secondary tool or for your toolbox in your vehicle, to-go bag, to-go toolbox, INDESTRO Super 3239er. Not a bad little ratchet. A lot of times when you find these, you're missing the dust covers. So, but that's fine. If you're missing a dust cover, don't worry about it. It's still a usable tool. Actually, you can spray it out with cleaner or carb cleaner, or throw it in some ATF or something, and just sling it dry. I mean, the way it's open design, it's very easy to clean. That being said, it's very, very easy to get these dirty and trashy. If you drop this in the dirt or sand, you're gonna pack it full of sand or dirt. But if you want just a secondary trash, you know, something you just want around just to use, I like the handle. There's no sharp edges on it. It's got a good handle. This thing is what, 10 inches, 11 inches long? Yeah, 10 inches. So it's got some length. Put some torque on it. Speaking of the way as big as these gears are, this is something you want to break head bolts loose, pump bolts loose, something that has a lot of torque. 36 tooth, it's got big gear, so it'll take a lot of abuse. There you go. Ford's in USA, probably made in the late 40s, early 50s, I'd say. So let's say let's just round it up to 60 years old. If it's that, it's probably older than that, but it's still a good usable tool, ladies and gentlemen. Finding these old junk tools like this and bringing them back, it's usable, even with the wear. Like I said, I showed you the wear on the tooth. There is wear on the teeth. I don't think I showed you on the big gear, but none broken. It's even wear. There's nothing that's really going to skip or miss a tooth. So there you go. I got me another ratchet, 1/2" drive. Not that I needed another, but I mean, for $2 or less, how can you pass this up? I can probably turn around and sell it for $10. I think I could get it. Though I don't sell tools. Usually I give tools away. Almost everybody in my shop's got tools from me. Oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you think. I think I did pretty good for a couple bucks and, you know, 35, 40 minutes of my time. I got me a nice little ratchet. Like I said, tools for me make me money or save me money. And if I can save money and make money with a tool, there you go. All right, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know. Y'all have a good day.